So what we got is my 2010 BMW 335i. What I will be doing today, I'll be taking the manifold off. I'll be tapping it with a push lock. I'll also be changing the camshaft position sensor, and I'll also be changing the O-ring and the charge pipe. Also, I will be changing out my dmtl pump because it is faulty. I have my parts car that I've been taking and selling parts off of for the last 2-3 months. I'll be taking the dmtl pump off of this and transferring it to my personal car because it is not faulty. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking this plastic cover off. The dmtl pump is up under it. The bolts or nuts should be 10 millimeters. And that one I have an extension for. So I'm going to grab my extension I have laying here. Excuse all the dirt. It's been sitting in a little field for probably 3 years almost. Now I gotta get my 8mm, which I think I have probably lost. So I have my 8mm now. Take this one off. Take that one off. And I believe that should be it. And now we should be able to take it out. There'll be a lot of dirt. God damn, there's a lot of dirt up there. Yeah, dmtl pump's up there, and there's all this dump. I'll start the camera back as soon as I get this off. Okay, so I got all that out. The dmtl pumps are right there. I'm gonna take it out, and I'll get right back. Alright, so I got the dmtl pump out along with the charcoal canister. So I'll be taking this off and moving it over to my 335i. The dmtl pump is on a different side than what the 535 is, and it's also easier if you take the wheel off. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take these 4 screws out, or is it? Yeah, 3 screws out. And we're going to take these 4 bolts out. They're plastic, so we got to be real easy, and it should be right behind this. Okay, after getting this loose, we have to take this cover off now. So what we did, we had to take the 2 screws loose from the base, and I took the whole canister out. That way I can get this off because the screws are on the other side. Make it a little easier. And I'm just going to change everything over once I get it out. Okay, I got my dmtl pump out of this one. And the one that has a 535i. Now I'm going to take the bolts and screws out and move it over. I have it all buttoned up and put back in place. Now I just need to take the wheel and put it back on the car. Yeah, so wheel's back on the car, torque down, everything. So now I'm going to let the car down. Alright, so now what I'll be doing is I'm going to be taking the manifold off and the charge pipe off, so I can drill and tap this. I can change the O-ring, and so I can get down to the camshaft sensor. Alright, so I got the new sensor in. I took the old one out, got it changed around. I had to plug in my fuel line now, and then I can start doing the rest of it. I don't know if you can tell the difference in them, but this one's a little smaller. This one's just a touch bigger. I'm going to be installing this one. Alright, so is everything back together exactly the way it's supposed to be. No codes. Let's do a startup. Let's refresh this. No codes. Looks good to me. We'll do a little walk around right here. There's literally no smoke, none. Everything looks good to me. So I've had people asking me what I've did to my vehicle, some of the mods and stuff. So I have a Spool and Motorsports coolant expansion tank. It's for relocation. I have a Turbo Smart blow-off valve. I cannot remember the name of this one for the brand. I'll have it in the link. A BMS oil cap. It's billet. Pretty much decorative caps. The oil cooler cap and the oil cooler thing on the inside. A Midnight Motorsports throttle body injection. It has 2 injectors and it has 2 hob switches up under it. It injects more fuel into my engine. That way I can run fully 85. I got this when I ordered my new turbos, and I got those from Franken Turbo. They are the F21 VI turbos. I put a new little sensor down here, put a new cam sensor, BMS high side catch can, and then I have the low side catch can. So a lot of people say that, oh, you don't need a check valve and everything. So it has a check valve down here in the bottom right here. So without the check valve, you're pretty much just sending air back through your lines back into the catch can, and it's going to go back down into your PVC setup. Once it gets into your PVC setup, it's going to make your car smoke like a train. Also, I have the n54 oil cap. I had the VTT oil cap, but it's really shit. Then I have Elder coils. I have new Index 11 injectors. They're fine. You don't have to have Index 12, but they're technically the best ones, supposedly. I have new sensors, not sensors, but solenoids for boost and vacuum. They're actually OEM. I have OEM relocated inlets. I also have the little PVC valve, this push lock from BMS. I have the 335 IS fan. It has a little sensor here. It has this little sensor here. I'll put this back on and button it down here in a minute. From Vader Motorsports, or Vader Solutions, I mean, I have this vacuum block. So you don't have to plug and tap your manifold, but I mean, if you want, that's all up to you. From ECS, I bought a hose relocation for this car. Instead of having that hose that comes through here, the big plastic one, it deletes that. AR Motorsports, I have the upgraded hoses. Goes all the way to the intercooler, all the way down. I have the Vader, not Vader, but the VRSF 7.5 race. I have the Rush Custom V2 scoops. So on my car I also painted this. It's like a purplish blue. That way it just kind of gives it a little different color. I haven't really got much more on here as you can really see. I've got a new high pressure fuel pump, but you can't really see right here, but down there I have upgraded outlets from VRSF, which go to my Franken turbos. I have the Koenig oversteer wheels on 18s. The front I have is Firehawks, and the rear I have Aznito 555s. On the inside I have a 200 mile an hour speedometer. I have the carbon fiber little cover. And that's really all I have on the inside. It's got the sport headliner, black seats. I have a ECS carbon fiber trunk. I also have the sports performance exhaust. Everything I have did to my car, I have literally documented it. I have carbon fiber mirror caps. Don't remember where I got them from. Got it documented. And BMS cow deletes. But on this, I have the 3.5 map sensor from the N20. This hob switch that runs to the back of my car, it goes to my 2 fuel pumps. I have 2 450 Walboros. So one is my main and the other is my secondary that runs off the hob switch. And it just powers up through boost. I've made that whole thing myself. So during the video I mentioned a few companies, and I'd like to just clarify a little bit because they were a tremendous help to me and with my build. And one would be Vader Solutions. The owner, which is Omar, he's been a tremendous help. He's answered any question I've ever had, and he was quick to ship out anything that I bought. Also, Michael Hollingsworth, my tuner, he's been a tremendous help. He's went over the top, helping with anything I need. He's even sent me parts. He's helped me communicate with other people on other things. Also, Vader Solutions, they got me my intercooler and just a few ins and outs, but Precision Weight Raceworks, they've helped me. They've sent me a couple things. And Eric at Split Second Performance, he's been perfect. We've hung out in his shop, everything. He's helped me install my turbos when I didn't have the time personally because I have a newborn daughter, and I needed my car done as soon as I could get it. And me not having the tools, he took it upon himself to help me. So I would tremendously say thank you to him. Also, thanks to everybody else who I do not mention. I really do appreciate it, and thank you.